when we are in the state of non-self, that is everything in one, we can connect, we can feel. It looks like we can hear what we talk, we know what cold or hot when we touch our finger to the water, because it connects our body, right? So the same thing when we let go or we melt out almost completely, the barrier between our body and the environment is no longer there. So that is the first stage of practice non-self. And everything in one. So the energy of all the being, we can feel, we can receive. That's the signal, that's the energy.
Oh, God. I just like to drink coffee during the winter time. So
winter time.
Yeah, when it's cold, make me feel sleep. But when I drink coffee, make me stay awake better. Just winter, during winter, only 3 months of winter. But summer, fall, and all that, I don't drink. Just winter. So I still attached to the coffee, right?
Yeah. But be careful, because again we fall into the trap and back and forth. Because the coffee is very yin, it makes you feel cold. The first, it makes you awake. And after the awakening period, it makes you cold. And when you cold and the blood stream down, the flow, the body temperature cool down, and again the energy, the oxygen low, and you feel sleepy. And when you feel sleepy, okay, you drink it more, and let it stimulate. And when it stimulates, and you feel awake, and after that effect worn out, okay, the blood vessel, the muscles shrink, and the blood flow is limited, and you get in, you track in that cycle. That's what we end up in the normal life. The same thing I say, we love to eat good food, spicy, right? And then on that, and the body, the protective mechanism, secrete the mucus to block it. And when it block it, at first it's good mechanism. And then because the mucus, it becomes more and more, becomes thicker and thicker. And it traps on that spicy particle and put it in there. When it trapped in there, cannot eliminate out of our body, because it still remains in our body, so it will have a chemical attracted, so it makes us like to eat more spicy food, for example, or whatever we like. And when we eat more, okay, the body recognizes that no good, secrete more mucus, and it traps more. When it traps more of that, and then we like to eat, the more we eat, the more mucus is secreted, and the more particles we trap in our bodies, the force becomes stronger and stronger, and we become stuck. See, the same thing like I explained for people, especially for people, they love drinking water, especially during the summer. We always have reaction too quick, and we forget about the Newton rebound force. When I hit to the table, if I hit it slightly with the gentle force, the rebound force equally but opposite direction. So the stronger I hit, the stronger rebound, the stronger rebound force, and my hand becomes pain, more pain. See? So now, the same thing. During the summer it's hot, we react right away by our mind. So the first thing we get sweating out to cool it down, to protect our skin, our body. And also, when we sweat, we like to drink the cold water, right? So we want to neutralize, but actually that's not right, because our body temperature is 37 centigrade, and we drink the cold water, so it makes the body temperature fluctuate. Secondly, it wastes our energy, because the body has to spend a whole amount of energy to bring the cold water to the body temperature. And when we drink it, and then we feel warm, because the body has to produce heat to neutralize that. And when the body produces heat, we feel hot, and we want to drink cold water. When we drink cold water, the more we drink, the colder the temperature, the body has to produce heat to neutralize that, to protect itself. So we get trapped in that. The same thing for the mechanism of the sweating. When we sweat, it has a salty flavor. When we drink the plain water, the body tries to pull out. And we see we sweat more and we drink more. The more we drink, the body tries to pull it out quicker. And we see the sweat coming out too much, too quick, and we try to drink faster and more. So we end up interacting for the bad circuit. See? So that's why if we not look deeply, we end up with all of that way in the reality. Unless we have to yield what we call the Diamond Sutra, we yield the wisdom to recognize and to cut it or to transform that. Otherwise we end up in that cycle continuously from one thing to the other thing.
Should you drink like Gatorade or something like that after you sweat? Like I'll go out and mow the lawn, I'll come back in, I'm sweating up a storm, you know.
Yes, yeah. We have many different ways. The first, again, this is very interesting diagram, the energy pyramid. You can view from the lower level. That means when we sweat, we know in the sweat it has some mineral and salt. So now we replenish it by the mineral a little bit salt in there, right? So the very good one in Asian usually you have is the pickle lemon. The pickle lemon, it will help to restore and rebalance our mineral and the salt, so it will stop sweating. Secondly, we try to breathe slower, calmer, deeper. It automatically shuts down the reaction. Our skin will shrink and it stops or it will slow down the sweating process. So that will give you the second stage. The third one, your mind. Before you expose the environment, the weather, don't attach to that. Don't react to that. For example, and stay here, and somebody told me tonight it will drop out to 20 something. It was, oh my goodness, it's negative, it's really cold, freezing. By that reaction, my mind was spread out and I'm scared and feel cold right away. Right? But it was, oh, not a big deal. Right? And then we take it easy.
I found that's the truth because I used to live in North State. It was really cold up there in the winter time, always in sub-zero. So when the temperature over here like 20, I feel like heaven. So it bothered me when somebody say it's cold. I say no, nothing. So I don't feel cold.
Right, that's
I don't feel cold.
our mind reaction.
Yeah,
And that's really
that's
true.
the truth.
Because I told you not only the temperature, the altitude.
Right.
When I was in France, and I think around at May or June something, the temperature down there around 25 centigrade. And people took me up to the Mont Blanc, the mountain between France and Italy, about 4,800, or 4,900 meters something, that's about 14 feet. And also the temperature is -5 centigrade. The whole mountain is snow and ice. And all the people from all over the world, they have a 2 or 3 layer jacket. They have a hat, they have a collar, they have a wood. I go, oh my God, no hat, no, only 1 layer, no problem, don't have a big deal. But people who scared only 1/3 of the way. They already feel tired, they cannot breathe. And when they go up to the second stage, okay, they have to stay there, they cannot go higher. But I went up there, I walked on my bare feet, I had a snowball on my hand and my head, and I had a picture, and I sit down in the middle of the mountain with snow, I don't feel any different. And after that, I flew to Vietnam, 37 centigrade degree, and we had to move all around in the nasty area with the smoke feed on the smoke from the car, from the motorcycle, and the temperature too hot. But if I react to that and fell, people from Saigon go down to the province, they cannot get along with that. They said, how come I'm from the 15 or 20, even though from the -5 centigrade up to 37, 38. They say, because you react too serious. If you let go and take it easy, you don't feel any problem. So our mind, it has the power to do everything. It's very powerful, but we have to learn how to explore it and how to use it appropriately, and it will help us. All right, anything else? Go on. All right, we have half an hour. Let's see. Okay. Talking about the microbiotic and organic food. So, and I mentioned about GMO, right? About GMO, that is really, really serious issue. We need to take in consideration. Otherwise, the other issue not really big deal. For example, people worry about the chemical fertilizer, the other grass, other spray, other insecticide. And said, if we, a human being, know how to select food to eat, how to heal our body, the plant has that capacity too. Because even though you say you water a tree with regular water and we fertilize with the organic fertilizer, right? So it's good. But what happens if you plan to go on vacation for around 2 or 3 weeks? You cannot water it every day or every week. Now you make a big hole and you pour about 20 or 30 gallons of water in there to make sure after 3 week vacation you learn how you see the plant still there in good condition. What happened? After you go for a week, the leaf is falling and the tree may die. Right? Even though with the water, the good water, but you overwater, it still cannot handle. The same token for the fertilizer. Even though if you use organic fertilizer, but if you overuse that, the tree may die right away. Right? On the other hand, if the farmer uses the chemical, the synthetic fertilizer or the insecticide to a certain amount. It has a risk, but it has a benefit too. Why is that? That when we throw that into the soil, right, the tree, the root, know how to select it, and it has to convert that into the sap, the root nutrition to nourish the plant. And also it uses the energy in the air from the sunbeam to convert that, to make that become the root nutrition for the fruit, for the leaf, for the tree. That is the manufacturing, and it has that capacity. So if we use the synthetic fertilizer, we overuse, it happens the same thing like we use organic fertilizer. Or sometimes if we overuse, but it's not too much, you see what happens? Some leaf, some fruit may fall out before it's mature, before it's ripened, right? And the other thing, if you pay attention to all of the fruit or vegetable, after we collect, we harvest, it's smoothly, it's good. That means it has a capacity to transform and to yield the good nutrition 100%. But if you see some dust, some black spots, some unhealthy spots, there is a place where the toxin setting. So we just eliminate that one, and we just select a good one. You see? The difference between that's why when we select that one, the best one we juice it out, or we steam or we boil it, especially for the vegetable. And I told you yesterday, all of the good stuff, you have treasure, you don't want to display, you tell everyone, you have to hide, right? The same thing here on the good nutrition, it is hidden inside the cellular molecule. So the same thing, the chemical, the toxic substance, all that remain inside the cellular molecule. So if we want to stay away from that, the best way to use vegetable or fruit, we choose it out by the centrifugal force. It will extract the juice only, and the toxin or other materials still remain in the cellular molecule, and we eliminate that. Or when we know the technique, correct technique to cook it, we just use the heat and the salt to push all of that substance out to the surface, and with the oil cover on the top, it will remain on the surface. By the time when it touches our tongue, our nose, okay, it will extract the smell, the taste, and all the nutrition right away. We don't need to chew carefully to break down the cellular molecule. So the material or the toxins still remain intact in that, and that fiber will be eliminated through our GI tract. That is the first good thing. The other benefit of that, like the vaccination, because if we expose to the toxin at a low concentration, our body will get used to it and your system will respond to that. And slowly we have an adaptive or survival mechanism to protect our body when our body is exposed to the high concentration. That is the same mechanism of vaccination. Even though not with the toxin, with the strange food, if you on a sudden you be introduced to new food, and your body not get used to that to produce the enzyme to break it down. You have an allergy, you vomit, you have diarrhea right away. You see? So we have to induce that. We have to introduce to our body slowly, and our body will get used to it. So that is the vaccination mechanism. It's totally different with after we harvest, after we collect, and we did that, we spray with the preservative, with other solution to make it fresh, make it nice, make it belong. That is totally different. Because it doesn't have the root, it doesn't have the energy from the nature to convert that, to transform that. So that is totally different. You see? So that makes some people are scared about in the present we have too many food, many one, okay, it's not organic. No way we can, when the population rise too fast like this, it's very difficult to provide organic food for everyone, right? And also, because of the transportation technology, we cannot have the food locally only. We have to import from far away. So with that, okay, again, the law of the microbiota. But again, if we have that disadvantage, the advantage right next to that, if we can be introduced to the new food from far away, it helps us to get easy to adapt to any strange environment when we have exposed to that. See? So every single phenomenon, it has both sides, the good and the bad, the negative and the positive. So we have to learn how to recognize and use it appropriately. When we use appropriately the positive side, and we recognize the negative side, we not deny. The problem is because most of us abuse, take advantage on the good side. And we forgot that when we abuse or when we take advantage the positive side, the negative effect will be parallel to that. Right? And then when we see or when we expose or when we contact with the negative, we don't want it, we deny it, we don't accept that. The more we deny it, the more problem we have. We found out that rebound Newton force. Like I said, the more I hit, the stronger I hit the table. The rebound force will be stronger and my hand will be more pain. But if you live in mindfulness and we know every single phenomenon, every single event in life, always have a both sides, good and bad, advantage and disadvantage. We just constantly note it and appropriate, use it, and accept, and we transform that instead of denying, instead of abuse or take advantage. That is the key, and that is the art of living. You see, most of Americans, before we introduce the technique of meditation, relaxation, no one accepts pain, right? Cannot handle pain. So that way, the more we deny, the more we suffer. Not only physical body, but mentally too. Especially after the Vietnam War, you see, a lot of veterans suffer. But by meditation technique, by relaxation technique, they just accept it, identify it, because that is the both sides of the phenomenon. Just by accepting it, okay, we already release this tension already. By accepting it, we will have a way to transform that. By accepting it, we already let go and the rebound movement of automatically. But if we don't know that, we don't recognize that, most of us always try to abuse or take advantage. And the more we take advantage, the more we abuse, the negative side will parallel the same level. And when it's going higher than normal, and we cannot bring that into practice, and you see that easy, that beautiful, and we can transform. But before we can transform that, we need to recognize that I have the right view by sitting meditation and to recognize that.
Hoặc thầy nói we raw vegetable is not good either.
It's only good in case you overuse animal product. If you not use animal product, it's not very good.
Or if you don't use animal product, you eat raw vegetable, it's no good.
Yeah, in general, some, for example, fruit, that would be okay, you can eat fresh. But I'm talking about vegetable, that means green stuff. The green stuff like
like man salad and
salad,
celery.
Yes, depend on your body type, depend on the season. For the spring or summer, we gotta heat it up, okay, so you can use all that to cool it down, to neutralize, to balance that. For the fall and the winter, because temperature cold, you need to heat it up, because all of the vegetable, sometimes it's more zinc than the other, but in general, it's much zinc than any kind of food. It's much zinc, it's much cooler than the salt or the heat. So by the technique, you take the salt and heat it up. We not only provide more energy for that, and we will push out the nutrition out of the surface, so that our body will spend less energy to digest it. So we save our energy.
By eating steam in the winter.
Yeah, steam or boil. When we, the difference between the steam and boiling technique, the steam, if we steam correctly, okay, but it's still with me, okay, I will explain to you why. Because if we not steam it correctly, even though the temperature for the steam is higher than the water about 800 centigrade degree, but the steam may go up to 120, 121, 125. So the temperature is higher, so we can cook it faster. But if we don't know how to measure, how to cook, the problem with because we overcook, because the temperature is higher than the boiling water. So when we overcook all the nutrition, okay, we destroy what we leave out. Secondly, when we steam, if we don't know how to arrange it, the lower layer may not well cook, but the top layer, because the heat, the steam is all the way flow up. So the top are well cooked, but the bottom is not cooked yet. So it's not even, because you cannot mix it in the middle. Thirdly, you don't have an oily layer to cover it when you overcook, right? But on the other hand, if you boil with very little water, so it kind of has to and boil. Instead, you have the water level over the surface of the vegetable. Now you just have a little bit water. And that water you have salt. It's more positive, it's yin than the vegetable. And with the heat and with the salt, it will penetrate internally out, and it will push all of the nutrition, we heat them inside the cellular molecule out to the surface. And when it's just get out to the surface, the oily layer will cover to hold that right in that surface. So when we put it in our tongue, it captures that right away. So it brings it to the butt or band or up here. See? So and then also you can open the lid during the process of boiling to see the manifestation of the color of smell. And you know it's the perfect time for you, depend on you want it 100% cooked or 50% cooked, depend on you still have a teeth to chew good, and you want it a little soft or early. But when you steam, you have to have a real experience to know how much time, how to arrange it. And also, steaming requires more energy than boiling. And the technique for cooking, again, depends on what type of food. But in general, the spring and the summer become high heat and the warm season. So we don't need to provide more energy. So we can cook lightly. For the fall and the winter, in the cold temperature, we need to provide more heat, so that we cook longer. Okay? And we make it more yin, more warm. And the body type, for the skinny, okay, that means eat more yin. You can eat more yin food, that means you can eat more fat. That's for the chubby, coffee. We know, okay, we have a little extra water and fatty tissue, so now we need to eat drier, warmer. Okay, so that depends on the season, depends on the body time.
What about stir-fried vegetables? We're using just a little bit of a vegetable oil or olive oil.
Yes, only for the deep fry, especially for tofu, but I still not use deep fry a lot. I use very little, and I just flip it over. And the way I do the frying, mixing, because our body needs oil. Our body needs a lot of cholesterol and fatty acid. But the problem is because the way we cook incorrectly, especially Chinese. You see, okay, they put in the oil, and okay, they have the flame on the top, and they have a lot of ingredients, spices. That is very terrible reaction, and that stimulates the cancer cell, the abnormal cell in our body, to grow faster. The way I cook, for example, if I don't have too many people, so I don't need to boil in a pan. I just have a little bit water in the pan, and I have the vegetable in, and then have a little bit oil on that. I close it. After 5 minutes, the water boils, so the steam is going up. So it's about half cooked, and I just give a little bit oil to cover the nutrition, the vitamin. And after that, I will put a little bit salt on that, and I give a little bit more oil. Okay, now I can mix it together, and now it becomes enough salt on medium cook, not well, then depend on what type of dish I want. And that's it. So the oil always remain on the top. It's not overheat. It's not touch. It's not contact to the pan 100%. It's not heat up. So it's not transformed to the dead oil. Yeah. And if I have many people, I have to make a lot of this. I usually boil it first, but instead I cook it 70% well done for people eat. I just boil about 50% or 30% only. So make it brighter. So I use the heat and the salt, okay, to push all the nutrition out, but not 100% complete. And after that, I take all that when I put in the pan, I add the oil on top, a little bit ingredients, salt, anything I want, and okay, I mix it again in about 5-10 minutes, and I have really fresh and fried.
What about you fried tofu? How you fry tofu?
For the tofu, usually I use the flat pan, and I have only about 2 or 3 centimeters of oil. Depends on how many I have to fry. If I have many, I can have about 2 or 3 or maybe up to 4 millimeters. Okay, so after that, okay, we flip the side. If I have only one or two people to eat, so I need to fry only one day of total. I just have only 1 teaspoon or 2 maximum. That means only about less than 1 millimeter thick of oil. So I just let it fry and then I flip it over. By the second time, the oil is on. So after that, we can cut it down and we add more ingredients, salt and something else, okay, and we make that into the sausages. We still have the tofu deep fried. We are talking about the way to eat food, fruit, and something we need to stay away in the middle of a meal already, right? So first, don't eat fruit together with milk, especially the lunch or dinner. You may eat with breakfast, no problem. And don't drink cold soft drink in the middle. With tea, when you eat a lot of salad milk, you may drink hot tea. But better okay, after meal or an hour after meal. The technique is very delicate, but most of us not pay attention. You see Asian, we use green tea or tea after meal a lot. But we don't have the problem. Because before we don't eat full stomach. Secondly, when we take a sip of tea, it has a tannin in that, and that is substance called problem. With milk, with other ingredients, without the food in our stomach, that's why they want to help awake our love and protect the free radical, protect the material cell in our body, so it will prevent the cancer, right? But with the food in our stomach, that's the one to cause the problem of acidification, coagulation. So the technique, when we take a sip, we have to lower around our mouth. So all of the time it will collect on the particle remain in our teeth. And it will kill all bacteria in our mouth before we swallow. So when we swallow, the only warm water comes down, but the tannin substance remains in our mouth and our teeth to collect, to coagulate on the particle remain in the teeth and bacteria going there. Other people don't pay attention to that, and we are used to drink too quick and too much, bring the cup up, boom, swallow right away. Only 1/10 technique totally make a difference. This is that you should drink tea after meal. And yes, we can drink a few sips or half a small cup after meal, no problem. But if we drink too much, it will dilute the digestive fluid and it makes it harder for the stomach to mix the digestive fluid with the food. And then, alright, some food conclusion. This one, let's see, I think we take it up tonight, huh? How about we take breath so you can
Meditate.
proceed meditation.
About 20 minutes too.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we will take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before we maybe half an hour. Then we'll go back at 9 o'clock. And again, tonight, we can sit in the row and I will try to go around to help you to correct the posture. Because if you stay here with us, we have an opportunity to help to correct. Otherwise, when you go home, you practice by yourself and the posture is wrong, okay, the flow and the energy will block it. And it's not very good. And also depend on how long you want to sit. You can sit half an hour to 9:30. You can sit 45 minutes to 9:45, or you can sit past 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. no problem. Okay? Whoever wants to get up, slowly, gently, really massage your body, and you can go back to your play. Have a good night. Okay? Thank you. I will see you at 9 o'clock.